avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. There he goes, left side. And he will take this. Football, and certainly the loudest as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Jones now on the return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Fields going to throw right away. That complete. It's Tyler Scott with it. A very solid gain of 27. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
He's going to look deep for more. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that falls incomplete.
Throwing on third down, Fields. Throw left side complete. That's more. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. There he goes, left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. It's only the first quarter, but that's a quick shift of momentum right there because they were driving the football before that interception, and then not only, Charles, do they throw the pick, but it gets returned all the other way for the score.
I think the important thing here was it backed up in their own territory. This defense didn't blink. They hung in there, waited for the offense to make a mistake, and as soon as they did, they capitalized in the biggest way possible.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the picks. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. Butker on for the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This taken in at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10. Right at the 30. Here's Fields. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to get it back here just past the 35.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now a 7th-round surprise from a year ago. It's Isaiah Pacheco, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. The former 3rd-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber that time. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. On play action, it's Mahomes. Throw left side, complete to Ross. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Eluding the pressure right. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Kadarius Toney, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Butker now to add the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
On 1st down, it's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Fields on 1st down. Flushed out right. That's going to be caught downfield by Mooney. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. They'll run here with Herbert. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney from 3 yards out. And the Bears are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. Mahomes now on first down. Flush to his right. Going deep downfield for Ross. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Justin Ross, 39 yards, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide, because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
On 2nd and 10, Fields. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He's got this to the rookie, Rashee Rice. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. They go play fake. Mahomes. Open man right side is Rice. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run here with Pacheco. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up second and goal. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Buying time to his left. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's third and goal. They'll try and run with Pacheco. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Butker on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and
the ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So a mistake there, Charles, from the rookie pass rusher.
And oftentimes when you make the jump from college to the NFL, you have to adjust to the rules. But in this case, the rule's no different than in college. Once the ball's gone, you can't continue on and get your shot in. That's one where you have to have some discipline. And even though he's a rookie, he really should know better.
And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be second and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. It's Joshua Williams with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 41. Well, there are several factors at play for why they face this deficit right now, Charles, but well, that's now 3 interceptions that he has thrown and just giving the football away. Pretty careless here in the opening half.
Yeah, I know that all of our parents taught us to share as youngsters, but in this game, you don't want to share with the other team. Keep it for yourself. Keep it for your team. Got to cut down on all of those throws, those errant passes, if they hope to get back into this game.
They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. There he goes, right side. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 73 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for first and 10. Again, it's Pacheco. Justin Jones there on the stop.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Jerick McKinnon now to return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down. To throw, it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Here's the Chiefs punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. This will be fielded at the 17. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Able to hang on to the ball this time, and in the process picks up the first down. Out of the gun, Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. Here's Fields. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
And Yadike Uzama continuing to put into work now with Kansas City to translate all of his potential into sacks like that. And speaking of potential, plenty of it there with this first rounder out of Kansas State.
They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. 39 yards there, a big one.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has two options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Chiefs are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here, because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, Did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Tackle made by Rasheem Green. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 5. Now here's Mahomes. Open man is Ross, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Bears. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnover.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
Oh, what was he thinking there? It's easily intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Wow, so wipe out the INT, roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Off play action, Fields. He'll buy some time right. And he'll just get rid of it.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Forced out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's 4th.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
4th down, Fields has to have this one. And my goodness, another interception. And the Chiefs are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
Mahomes throw complete there to Moore. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 119 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. That went into the hands of Tony downfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
A run by Pacheco on second down. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Chiefs, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.